In a community where hardship is all too familiar, one woman has made it her life's mission to provide a safe haven for its youngest members.
It was like I had a calling on my life. I had a dream about the birth of big babies, and I knew there was a need to, for me to come in and take care of children.
Raised in a challenging environment herself, Vernita Montgomery was determined to create a better world for the children under her care.
I didn't have a good upbringing, and so I had hardship, and so I wanted to make sure when I opened a child care that I was going to meet to the need of each and every last one of the children at this facility.
Adventure Christian Childcare transcends the conventional boundaries of a childcare facility. It's a nurturing ground where children flourish academically, emotionally, and socially. With 5 dedicated learning rooms and an expansive playground, it embodies a safe educational haven that feels like home.
I just want the children to have fun. I want them to have an experience that they never had before. And when they come, I want them to feel like they're at home, And like right now, we don't have babies when they come in. Sometimes you can't even tell it's a daycare because they're not crying.
While the triumph of witnessing young minds grasp their ABCs and take their first confident steps in counting is a source of immense joy, it's often shadowed by a harsher reality that children face outside these walls. The harsh truths of abandonment and abuse at home taints the purity of their learning journey, reminding us that the path to education is filled with obstacles far beyond the classroom.
I have had 5 children. I believe it was in 2004, a parent in which she had 5 kids left her kids at the daycare center. And I had to call the police, and we went to the house, and the people said that she didn't stay there. And so, but when the police went back to the house, they opened the door, but the parent wasn't there. And I believe they had just got out of state custody. And then I have had another, probably about 5 years ago, that they were accusing the foster mother of so much that she left a little boy at the daycare center. And she told me to call a child abuse hotline and have them to come pick the little boy up, in which they never did. So she ended up coming back and picking the little boy up, and she adopted this child.
Navigating through the heart-wrenching waves of grief, Vernita confronts the unthinkable loss of children. Many have been the unfortunate victims to the violence in homes. Each child, a bright spark, extinguished too soon.
That's kind of like emotional to me. I have had 4 daycare babies to die, 3 to violence. 1 had reaction to peanuts. But I have had 1 that was killed in a shootout. I had 1 in 2022, violence. Her boyfriend shot her in the head. I have had another, the mother's boyfriend hit the baby in his stomach and the bowels came out of his mouth.
In the wake of Vernita's heartfelt revelation about the tragic loss of 4 precious lives to violence outside her care, the profound weight of her words linger in the air. Her voice, heavy with the sorrow of those unspeakable losses, underscores a painful truth she faces daily.
It's hurtful because it's like you want to help and you can't help them. You can't help them. You want to help them, but you can't. And you try to protect them. And it's like, if you don't have a certain type of parent, an educated parent, a parent that's gonna be there to make sure that the teacher or the people's gonna do for their kids, they don't care. They just leave that child that needs the most love. They just leave and they abandon them. And so they struggle on their own. It seems like they struggle for love. Like all these kids here, we make sure, and I tell all the teachers that we hold kids and we hug kids here because they need it, because they might not be getting it at home. And just like me, myself, I didn't get it at home. And when I met my husband and married my husband, and when he embraced me, that's the first time I felt love.
Despite the tragedies, her spirit remains unbroken. Her resolve to protect and nurture even stronger.
I just try to do better by the next kids and plant seeds in them, positive seeds, and, try to redirect them and direct them into the way in which the Lord will have them to go.
And the blossoming of those seeds are evident in Michaela's journey from a young child in this daycare to a vibrant testament of Vernita's legacy, who is now nurturing others within the same walls that once cradled her growth.
What I've learned or seen her do, it does touch me. It's very inspiring, for one. The feeling of seeing a child retain the information and learn, it does something. I pick 5 words and I go over each word, all the words each week until they start retaining the word that I'm pointing at. So I remember the first time when I pointed at the word and I was like, hey, what does this say? And then about 3, it was only 3 of them, they pointed at it and it was like, oh, the word is oval. And I was like, what? I was like, did I teach them that word? And I felt very happy. It not only does something to them, it does something to you as well to see them learn. And so I'll say to get that feeling each day or whenever they finally understand what they're doing, it makes you want to keep going.
Michaela's enthusiastic dedication to teaching and childcare mirrors the deep-seated passion that Vernita has instilled within the very core of Adventure Christian Childcare.
Just like a lot of us, I was told that I wouldn't make it. I barely went to school. Because my mama and my daddy was unattentive to us. So I didn't hardly go, but it was by choice that I strive and I fought by the help of some friends to make it and graduate from school. So I thank God and I praise God for those friends today, in which I still have.
When hearing that, it reminds me how lucky I am to have her in my life. It really does. And to see her work this hard and to, do it because she didn't have it makes me want to do it so they can have the same experience that I had.
Despite all these challenges and absence of external financial support, Vernita's journey as a Black entrepreneur has made a major stride forward, as she now secured a new facility across the street from the University of Arkansas at Little Rock.
It's going to meet the needs of a lot of young students that are trying to go to school, and if they're working during the day, they'll be able to bring their kids at night. I'm going to be open from like 6 to 11 o'clock, and so I'm trying to make sure that everybody's educated, that don't have childcare, they won't struggle or worry about their kids, and if they right across the street from Euler, they can come check on their child.
As Vernita approaches a milestone in her life, her philosophy remains as clear and as poignant as ever.
I'm an octopus, and I'm like this old lady who live in a shoe. She have so many children, she don't know what to do, but I know exactly what to do because I do what's right, and when you do what's right, you can't go wrong. So God takes care of me, and I'm in good health, and I'm almost 60.
I have a son, her name is Majesty Brown. My brother and me also went here. I went here as well as a kid. We had a real hard time growing up, in and out of foster care. Our mom was on drugs and stuff, and Ms. Montgomery, she really helped us a lot with moving forward, going to school, eating, getting home, just everything in general, and she's still helping us. When I first go here, she just let me make money on the side, help my mama and stuff. She's still helping me now, taking care of my little brother. She helping me take care of my child, It's just a long generation of help and still helping me out.